What if I told you there was a roulette strategy that has up to a 99.26% success rate of walking away as a winner? What if I told you that with the same roulette strategy, you can lose more bets than you win and still walk away in profit? I'm assuming you'd be extremely skeptical, and I wouldn't blame you, but I'm about to show you that such a roulette strategy does exist. As an Englishman, it's quite difficult for me to give credit to anything French, but I'll make an exception for this roulette strategy as it genuinely is one of my favourite betting strategies to play at the casino. Now, there are some negatives to this strategy, and as is true with all roulette systems, I'm not claiming to have a foolproof roulette system that will allow you to quit your job and become a professional roulette player. But this is a strategy that is designed to help you collect small wins over 99% of the time. Now, the probability of success is dependent on your starting bankroll, and I'll be referencing the work of a very well-respected mathematician in the gambling world to confirm these numbers depending on the bankroll, so that you can make your own decision when implementing this roulette strategy yourself. This roulette system is sometimes called the cancellation system, but it's most commonly known by roulette players as a Labouchere system. How's my French accent? There's no doubt about it, this calculated strategy is a very clever one. It's easy enough to implement, but you will need to keep track of a couple of things. It's highly recommended that you take a pen and paper to the roulette table to make sure you're following the correct betting pattern as you go along. To play this roulette strategy, the first thing you're going to need to do is decide on how much money you want to win. To keep the math really simple, I'm going to use the example of winning just $10. The way this system works is we split this $10 target win into 10 equal units and then write them out in a line, just like this. This is why you need a pen and paper, or something to write down your list. Now, to calculate how much we need to place on our even chance bet, we simply add the first and last numbers together. In our example, 1 plus 1 equals 2, so let's bet $2 on the colour red. The action we take next depends on the result. In the scenario where we win this bet, we simply cross out the first and last numbers on our list and follow the same concept again. Add the first and last numbers together, and this is the amount we need to bet. So in our example, the next bet would be $2 again. Now let's see what would happen if we lose a bet. Again, this is really simple, yet really effective. We add together the amount we just lost, and this number is added to the end of our list. We would have lost $2, so now when we add the first and last numbers together for our next bet, it's 1 plus 2, making our next bet $3. If we were to lose again, $3 would go to the end of our list, and the next bet would be 1 plus 3, so $4. All we need to do is cross off all of our numbers on the list, and we will have won our target amount of $10. Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that when we lose a bet, we are adding just one number to our list. But when we win, as we remove the first and last numbers, we're removing two numbers. Therefore, it should be pretty easy to complete our list and tick off all the numbers, especially when we consider we're playing even money bets that have a roughly 50-50 chance of winning. It's 48.6 to 51.4 to be exact. And I'm going to tell you later in the video what you should do to give yourself an even better chance of winning money with this system. But first, let me prove to you how powerful this system is. Here's a situation where, following the sequence, even if we lose 15 bets and win only 13, we can still walk away with our $10 target profit. Let me just repeat what I've said. We can lose 15 out of 28 even chance bets and still make money. Impossible, I hear you say. Well, rather than taking my word for it, let me show you with an example. Now, one of the negatives about this roulette strategy is that it can be quite a time-consuming way to reach your target profit. And as your time is valuable, I'm going to use a super simple example to prove the claim that I've just made. Let's play out a situation where we lose 15 bets in a row, followed by winning 13 in a row. Now, this system works without the need for big, long winning or losing streaks, but this scenario is the quickest and easiest way to show you how it works. So as our target win amount is $10, Our list starts off with 10 ones in a row. Adding the first and last digit on the list means that our first bet is going to be $2. We lose this $2 and add 2 to the end of the list. Next bet, first and last number added together, this time equals 3. We bet $3, lose, and add 3 to the end of our list. After 15 losses in a row, here's what our list of numbers would look like. And if we add all of these numbers together, the total amount bet and lost is $135. On our next bet, adding the first and last numbers together, we now bet $17 and win. Following this roulette strategy, we now cross off the first and last number on the list, and then add the new first and last digits together to calculate our new bet. This means our next bet is $16, and as per example, we win this one. Follow the system, cross off our first and last numbers, and continue with the next bet. Some veteran roulette players might be looking at this and thinking it's exactly the same as the Labouchere system, and it certainly does follow that path at the start, but you'll see as we get closer to the end that it changes course and takes a different strategy. As we start striking off the number ones at the start of the list, you can see that the amount bet stays consistent for a number of bets, even after successfully winning. Finally, we're left with a single number, and this is the amount we need to bet. Assuming we win this final $4 bet, let's add all the profit together and see how it compares to our previous loss of $135. Calculating our total wins together, we're given a total of $145, giving us our $10 target profit. As earlier promised for completing our list, I will be running through a live example of this roulette strategy in the near future to further prove that the $10 profit is guaranteed at the end of the list no matter what route we take, whether it's big winning and losing streaks or if it's alternating wins and losses, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see that. There's also plenty more to discuss in this video, as I still need to share with you a way to make this system even more profitable. Before I do that, let's answer the fundamental question I'm sure you're all asking. How likely am I to complete my list of numbers and hit my target profit? To answer that question, I need to lean on the help of a gentleman called Michael Shackelford, also known as the Wizard of Odds. He's already done the hard work on his website, and we'll look at a table on there to prevent this video from being 2 hours long. According to the Wizard himself, the probability of having a successful session depends on how much money you bring to the table. For example, how likely you are to win your target profit amount compared to how likely you are to lose your entire bankroll. It would make sense that it's going to be easier to win $10 with a bankroll of $1,000 than it would be with just $100. Looking at the table the Wizard has created for us, we can see what the probability of successfully winning 10 units would look like when bringing different bankrolls to the table. You can see that with a bankroll of just 50 units, or in our example $50, we would have a 79.52% probability of reaching our target profit goal of $10. This increases to 88% when starting with $100, and it goes all the way up to 99.26% if you were to bring $2,500 to the roulette table trying to win just $10. Now obviously this is a huge probability of increasing your bankroll and walking away in profit, but consider the flip side, that you have a 0.74% probability of losing your entire bankroll of $2,500. You would have to be on seriously poor form to lose that many even chance bets, but it is a possibility you should consider before implementing this strategy yourself. Now what I recommend doing is finding a French roulette table to play this system at. Playing a French roulette table gives you an additional advantage when playing on the even chance bets. That's because if the ball lands in zero, you will only lose half of your bet rather than the full amount. French roulette tables are hard to find, but I've been searching high and low to find the best casinos to play roulette at, and I found online casinos that offer French roulette, even at casinos for players based in the USA. If you complete the quick 2-minute quiz in the description, I'll help you find the best casino to play at, depending on where in the world you live. Tell me in the comments what you think about this system. Do you think it's worth the risk to make a small profit? If you'd like to see more interesting roulette strategies, check out one of my personal favourites in this video next.